Have you ever been in a situation where you had no way out and your darkest fear was closing in on you? The Israelites knew that feeling, and what happened next changed history forever. It all started with a famine. Remember when Jacob gifted Joseph a beautiful coat and his brothers got jealous? And they sold him to Egyptian merchants? His whole family later moved to Egypt and made it their home. The Israelites weren't always slaves. In fact, they were once welcomed in Egypt, honored because of a man named Joseph. When Pharaoh was king of Egypt, Joseph saved the nation during a crisis. But as time passed, the kings forgot. And fear replaced favor. Exodus 1 verses 8 to 11. Then a new king, to whom Joseph meant nothing, came to power in Egypt. Look, he said. The Israelites have become far too numerous for us. So they put slave masters over them to oppress them. What began as a safe haven became a prison. The Israelites cried out, and God heard them. Exodus 14 verse 10. As Pharaoh approached, the Israelites looked up, and there were the Egyptians, marching after them. They were terrified and cried out to the Lord. Just days earlier, the Israelites had marched out of Egypt, free at last from slavery after generations of oppression. God had worked miracles to set them free, but Pharaoh changed his mind. Exodus 14 verse 5. What have we done? We have let the Israelites go and have lost their services. The Israelites camped by the sea, but suddenly, they heard the rumble of war chariots. Pharaoh's army was coming, fast and furious. Exodus 14 verses 11 to 12. They said to Moses, "Was it because there were no graves in Egypt that you brought us to the desert to die?" Moses didn't panic. He trusted God, even when things looked impossible. He told the people something powerful. Exodus 14 verses 13 to 14. Do not be afraid. Stand firm and you will see the deliverance the Lord will bring you today. The Lord will fight for you, you need only to be still. Then God moved. First, his angel and the pillar of cloud that had been leading them moved behind them, blocking the Egyptians. Exodus 14 verses 19 to 20. Coming between the armies of Egypt and Israel. Throughout the night the cloud brought darkness to the one side and light to the other. Moses raised his staff, and the impossible happened. The wind roared. The sea shook. And then, a path appeared. Walls of water stood tall on either side. A highway through the sea. Exodus 14 verse 21. Then Moses stretched out his hand over the sea, and the waters were divided. The Israelites stepped forward in awe. With every step, they were walking in a miracle. Behind them, Pharaoh's army began the chase. Exodus 14 verses 22 to 23. The Israelites went through the sea on dry ground. The Egyptians pursued them. God looked down from the cloud and threw the Egyptian army into confusion. Their chariots jammed. Panic spread. And then? Exodus 14 verse 25. Let's get away from the Israelites. The Lord is fighting for them against Egypt. Moses stretched out his hand once more, and the sea crashed back into place. Not one of Pharaoh's soldiers survived. Exodus 14 verses 27 to 28. The water flowed back and covered the chariots and horsemen, not one of them survived. God had done the impossible. His people were safe. And on the shores of the Red Sea, they sang. Exodus 15 verses 1 to 2. I will sing to the Lord, for he is highly exalted. Both horse and driver he has hurled into the sea. When you feel trapped, remember this, the God who split the sea can make a way for you too. Trust him, even when the path is invisible. Isaiah 43 verse 16. This is what the Lord says, he who made a way through the sea, a path through the mighty waters. This isn't just a story from long ago, it's a reminder for today. When all hope was lost, God made a way through the impossible. From slaves to a free people, from fear to faith. The Israelites walked through the Red Sea not just on dry ground, but into a new beginning. Exodus 14 verse 31. And when the Israelites saw the mighty hand of the Lord, they put their trust in him. If this story inspired you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to know. God still parts seas.